Hi everyone, Daniel here from the WP-OBS. This is going to be a tutorial slash overview of the WP-OBS. It's been a while since I've created an overview to take you through the variety of different features and different capabilities that the WP-OBS holds. And I thought it's important that I take you through this process because we've just released version 4. There was a specific video that was made for the specific features that were introduced in version 4, but I wanted to make another video just to take you through the variety of different features that we have in the WP-OBS and why really this is the ultimate plugin and why it's a leader in its own category when it comes to appointment booking plugin for WordPress. So bear with me and we're going to start in just a second. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to navigate straight into a WordPress installation and to the WP-OBS section of the installation. I'm not going to go into details into how you upload and activate a plugin. I'm assuming that if you're watching this video now, you probably already know that. What is very important to me to try and do is to try and, in a relatively short video, to try and really take you through the main pillars of what makes this plugin so great and what are the main features that make your life so much easier and make your customers and your clients' life so much easier when they are going to book an appointment with you. So I will start by saying that this is an appointment system. This is not a hotel room booking system or a car reservation booking system. This is mainly an appointment, hardcore appointment booking system. So if you are a hairdresser, if you're an acupuncture, if you're a doctor, if you're a dentist, if you are a gym instructor, this system is for you. This system has been made in such a simple way to allow those businesses that takes customers on daily basis, and you might be a small business that you don't really have the time to pick up the phone all the time and take the appointments, and this system kicks in, helping you, saving money, saving time, and actually giving your customers the ability to come in and to book an appointment with you without even picking up the phone. So that is a part of what make this so unique. And when I say make it so unique, although we are now at the back end, let me actually jump into the front end because really everything starts here. Everything starts with your customer who wants to book an appointment with you, and they want to do it quickly, efficiently, and without any hassle. And this is exactly what the system does. And regardless if you're using an iframe to embed the calendar, regardless if you're using just a link here to open a pop-up of the calendar, this system will give your customers the ability to book an appointment with you in a very easy, smooth manner, and that is going to save you a lot of time, and that's going to make them want to come back again and again and again, knowing that for them it's just it's a breeze to book an appointment with you. So why wouldn't they? So that is one of the things that we've made that is very important. As we're on the front end, one of the other very important elements that we have here in the WP-OBS is the fact that once you go through the process of actually booking an appointment for yourself as a customer, as one of your clients, and you choose the time, you choose the name, and then you get to the point where you need to actually enter your information. Now, if you're a new customer, you will then need to fill out a list of different details. And those details that you need to fill out here, they're all controlled by the backend. So you can add or remove any of those fields. You can disable them, make them visible, make them required. You have the full flexibility, and you can also translate each and every one of those fields very, very simply. But going back, looking from the eyes of a customer, so they arrive here. If they book with you for the first time, so they will need to fill out the details that you require that they do. And once they did it once and they come back for the second time, they don't need to go through this process. So they can just put their email address. And once the system recognizes that this email address actually exists, they can move on to the next step. So we have actually removed from the equation the need for a username, a password. This all really, really annoying process that usually really puts off customers if all they want to do is to book a haircut with you. So this is just to put it in perspective. This is from the front end. And of course, needless to say that this calendar is responsive. So if I just squeeze the page and you can see it being revealed in the back again, our nice slide. And if I just open it again, and you can see this will work on any mobile device. So this is from your end user point of view, and this is one of the leading aspects that have led us into creating this booking system, is to make the life of your customers so much more easy. So let's jump back into the backend where we've started. Now here we needed to take in account how you as the admin have the easiest of lives, not only to set up the system, but also to use it on a daily basis. And this is exactly what we have done. And we've went through different evolutions, and I'm sure that we're going to improve and improve as we go along. But at the moment, the system is extremely innovative. Now, I'm not going to start on how you set it up. I'm going to touch this a bit later, but I'm just going to touch the few of the elements that you have at the moment. Now, we started the overview of the landing page, that when you arrive into your homepage of your WP-OBS, this is what you see. And immediately what you will be able to see, you can see different colors. Each color represents one of your employees. And you can either see it as a calendar, what you will be very familiar with, and you can see that each color represents an employee, will have the different information of the appointment that this employee has. So if I just put the mouse over it, you can see a quick snippet of the details of this specific appointment. And you will also be able to see, A, or you can see T, or you can see D. And those are indication that gives you the ability to know immediately what is the status of that specific appointment. So A would stand for approve, and T will stand for time off, and D will stand for deleted. And of course, you can also filter those by clicking those icons right here. So I can see here all the time offs of my employees, or I can choose a specific employee and see the time off of that specific employee, or I can just go home and look all of the different statuses. If I wanted to dig in and actually see it on an employee view, I can actually shift that, and you can see that you have the different elements of your employees. So you can actually set that as default, and so every time you come to your home page, this is what you're going to see. If I scroll a little lower, you will be able to see an agenda section here. The agenda section really populate the next 2 months of events, or in your case of bookings, of appointments that are being made, either approved, not approved, whatever status they might have, it will be represented here. So you don't need to start looking at the calendar and think. You can actually see a list organized in a date manner of all of the upcoming events in the next 2 months of your business. And just below that, we've introduced the Ajax filter that helps you to find your customers. So if somebody called in and just very quickly wanted to find them, all you need to do is start typing their name, and you can see that it will generate very quickly. It will fetch those names, and it will give you different actions you can take. This is from the view point of view of your homepage. The next thing that we really wanted to do, again, thinking of you as a business owner and making your life simple, is how can I make it so much more simple for you to book an appointment? So if somebody called in and you wanted immediately to book an appointment for them, what is the simplest way of going about it? And we try to come up with a 2-click booking element, whereas you will only need to click twice in order to book any appointment to anyone. And I'll explain exactly what I mean. So assuming I want to book an appointment for someone for May 23rd, all I need to do is left click once on the date, and it opens for me, as you can see, the day of the 23rd, and I need to choose the hour. That's all I need. So the second click, it's a left click, and here I have a pop-up. And all that will be left for me to do is to make sure that this is the service I want to book for that person, the employee that is going to be populated automatically. So depending on the service, it's going to choose the employee that is allocated to this service. Now I need to find a customer. So if I just start typing a name of a customer, now bear in mind this is only valid for existing customers, obviously on your database already. And all I need to do is choose the customer I want to book an appointment for, make sure the date is correct and the time is correct, which should be, because this is how we initiated this process. And I set the status, which obviously is approved in that case. And once I click the book now, I'm going to be asked if I want to notify the customer that the booking was made and it's approved now and they're going to come, or if I want to press cancel, which in that case, the booking will still be made, but an email will not be sent. So that's, in case sometimes if you are shifting an appointment and you didn't want to send an annoying email to your customer because you just told them over the phone, that is absolutely possible. So I'm going to click the cancel, which means the booking has been made, as you can see here. And when I hover it, I can see the details. So up until here, very great. But if now I just remember that actually, no, I didn't want to book it for 1:30. I actually wanted to book it for 2 o'clock or for 3 o'clock. Well, that's not a problem. So all you need to do is hover it and drag it. So left click, hold it, and you can see also the numbers are changing. So I can just shift it and I move it to 2:30. And again, it asks me, are you sure? And I say, yes, I am sure. And again, it will give you the option to send a reminder, not a reminder, a notification to your customer that you have just done that. And I will click cancel so I don't just send the email for no reason. But the booking has been moved, and this is really how innovative and how simple we've made a system for you as an admin to be able to manage it. And I'll just go back to my monthly view. You can see here the second appointment that we've moved about. Sorry, that is the one here. And really, this is one of those things that really makes this simple. On the face of it, so simple. Now there are tons of different features, and if I went through each and every one of them now, it's probably going to take us some 2 hours of a video tutorial. But I really want to give you the gist of what makes it really so unique. So we touched, the overview of the visual aspect for you as an end user and for your customers when they book an appointment. And as I mentioned, one of the one of the great features that this system has is the fact that when your customer books an appointment, what is happening is that you're receiving an email notifying you that the appointment has, been created, and it asks you if you want to approve or decline it, and you can do it using a link within the email that you have. We have a variety of different email templates and a variety of different settings that we have. So, when you dig in, you're going to be able to see it. And I'm also creating, and I've created in the past, a variety of different videos that touch in each and every section. But again, this is an overview. So, this is from the zoom out perspective. And just to give you a glimpse of, assuming you're just really new and you just installed the system now and you want really to set it up, we've introduced the wizard, and this is really rolling back to basic for a second. So when you install the system for the first time, again, we had in mind that we want to give you something that will help you to set it up very quickly and very efficiently. So you start with the wizard, you click the button, you add a new employee, you give them all of the details that you need, you just go to the next step, you add the different services that you want to have, you then pick up the services, and you allocate the different employees to the different services, very simply, very innovative. And you just click next, and you can then set for each and every employee their working hours. Again, very efficient. As default, it will come as 9 to 5, and it will all be closed, and then you just need to click on the opening hours, and you're basically done. Of course, then you need to go and change maybe the email templates, etc. I'm going to touch it in a second. But this is one of those things that make it so unique, meaning giving you the ability to do it in a very efficient manner. I've touched and I said that once we are setting up the basics of the calendar, we can then simply navigate to the different notifications that our system carries. So if I just go into notifications, and here, we'll get to notifications. What I meant to say is we're going to templates. And in email templates here, really, we are controlling all of the different emails that are being sent. And again, I'm not going to go in details, and it's pretty much self-explanatory, but we have allowed for a variety of different types of emails that are being generated automatically by the system. From a pending email that is being sent to your customer to say, we have received your appointment and it's pending confirmation. And then the email that is being sent to you as an admin, and the fact that it gives you the ability to approve or decline it. And there is a variety of different emails, then to the approve email, to the cancel email. And once you install the system, you can just go through and you can amend each and every one of them to suit your specific business. So this is from the template. I've touched notification just before, and I'm just going to go back to notification, because here really you can control what kind of emails are going to be sent to who. So for example, if you as a business owner, you have 3 different therapists, and every time you approve a booking for any of the therapists, you want the therapist to receive a notification that the booking was made and who is the client, etc. If you tick the right boxes here, so in this case, notify the employee when an appointment is booked, that means that every time you have approved the booking for that employee, he will receive a notification or she will receive a notification that of this booking. So, not everybody want to use it, not everybody needs to use it, but we have allowed for it to be here, and there are a few other features that you can enable or disable as you wished. So that's from that point of view of the notifications. I'm just going to quickly jump to the settings now, or before we reach the settings, I want to touch the booking form. Now, the booking form is, again, one of those elements that really gives you the utmost flexibility of this plugin. And here it's all about what is going to be visible, what is not going to be visible on the front end. So if you remember, we mentioned here that we have the different fields, and we can enable and disable the different fields. And it's all being done from here. And you can see that you have the radio buttons and you can control it. But maybe not less important, if not very important, is the fact that if you don't speak English as your native language and you're trying to install it to use it in French or in Italian or in German or you name it, you can actually translate each and every field of the front end calendar. And you can see here a very, very long list of the different wordings that has to do with the front end of the calendar. Every piece of wording or information here on the front end is actually being controlled by this section here, and you can go and amend each and every one of those sections, and it can work in your own language whichever way you want it to be. So this is one more very exciting part that we have in the WP-OBS. From here, I am going now to the settings section, because in the settings section, you really have some few very exciting features. And it starts from having the monthly or employee view. And if you remember, we discussed that this is when you can choose if you want your default page to be a calendar view or if you want it to be an employee view. And so this is controlled from exactly here, the section of the settings right here. And of course, basics such as choosing your currencies, choosing the countries that you want to give people the ability to associate themselves to, setting the default countries, setting the time zone of your system. You might have your server being positioned in the United States, but your business is in the UK. And so you can actually tell the system to operate in US time or in UK time, depending on what exactly you're trying to achieve. We also introduce here a cron job. So you can actually set a reminder that people will receive prior to their booking. So they will receive an email reminding them of the booking, and you can choose, of the different occurrences, when do you want this to happen, and we will automatically send it to them. So that can be set from here. We also set the auto approve system. So when a new booking is being made, by default, it will automatically approve it. And so it removes the pending email. If you remember, I've explained that there is a pending email that you then need to approve. You can set the system in such a way that the minute a booking is made, automatically it will be approved. So, and there are a few other interesting elements here. We also have two add-ons that we have created for this plugin. Now, those add-ons are not free add-ons. You do need to pay for them. It's $97 for each add-on. The payment gateway will simply add a button that will allow people to pay prior to you approving their booking. So the process will be, whereas if you enable your payment gateway while somebody is reaching the end step of booking an appointment with you, they will need to then go to PayPal automatically, of course, and pay for that specific service. Once a notification came in that the payment was made, you are being notified, and you can then approve or decline their appointment. So again, the full control is yours. The autoresponder is currently being used with MailChimp, and if that is enabled, that means that each person who is filling out the details for your business is automatically also being added to your list, to your mailing list. And then, of course, it's just making your life easier rather than exporting the information and then importing it to your MailChimp list. This will do that automatically for you. So this is yet one more interesting or good feature that we have in this version. And again, we have a variety of different other features, and I'm just going to show you, just quickly. I'm going to go through the different menus so you can see what exactly we have. So we are now sliding backwards. So we have the book link section where you can then either take the iframe code and you can embed the iframe in any external page, or you can embed an image. So when you click on the image, the booking calendar will open and people can book. The booking form we've touched, the expert client list, straightforward. All it is a list of all of your customers, and you can then export it as an Excel sheet, and you can use it as you need, as you wish. The templates we've touched, those are the email templates. Notification we've touched, you've seen. Customers, again, this is where you're going to see all of your different customers, and it's all Ajax based, so you can just run a query or choose a letter and you can search for a customer. And the different actions that we have for customers, you can edit customers' details from here. You can see all of the different bookings that a customer has made, and you can create a note for that specific customer. If they used a coupon code or they left any notes when they booked, you're going to see it here. Now remember, this is actually showing you all of the different bookings that they made. So this is directly correspond to the specific booking they have made. You can send an email, so you can just type in an email and this will go straight into your customer. You don't need to start looking for them in your Outlook system in order to email them a message. So you can do it straight from here. Of course, you can delete them, and if needed, you can book an appointment for them straight from here. So this is, again, just a little bit of control over the customers' cards and how you manage them. Of course, you can delete them, etc. A few more elements. In terms of the services, we've touched it when we did the setup. Services can be made from here. Now, with services, we do have a couple of very interesting elements that has to do with the services. First of all, from a viewpoint view and from an organized point of view, you can simply drag any service and rearrange the order of the services. So this is one aspect that, again, very simple to do. But also what we have two extra elements here under services that are very important. One is the gap, and I'm going to explain about that in a second. And the other one is group bookings. So if you have, and I'm going to choose one of the groups that we have, but if you're doing a Zumba class and you want to have up to 10 people that can actually use that, so come to attend this session, you choose here from the drop down the amount of people that can attend. And as people book, this amount will be deducted slowly down, and you will be able to actually see as an end user from the front end, you will be able to see how many spots are actually still left. And that is one of the great features that we have. Of course, if you don't want to let people know how many spots are left, you can just untick that, and it will not show the availability on the front end of the calendar. So I'm just going to leave it as it is at the moment. The gap booking is another feature not being used by many, but for those who needs it, is an extremely powerful tool. And I'll explain how it works. So I'm going to add here a service, and you can see here that now we have the gap hours. Now, the best way to try and explain how the gap booking works is imagine that you have a 3-hour service. And within this 3-hour service, let's take a hairdresser as an example. Within this 3-hour service, your client comes into the salon, they sit down, and you apply color to their hair. Then they need to wait for a whole 1 hour with you doing absolutely nothing, just waiting for a color to get dry. And then in the last hour, you wash the color and you give them a haircut, and then they finish their treatment. So what has happened here is that the actual service is 3 hours, but you in reality only utilize 2 hours of those. So it's the first hour and the last hour. And really, if you could make sure that that middle hour will not be blocked, other people will be able to book with you for this middle hour. So if somebody just wanted to come for a half-an-hour haircut, they will be able to do it. So going back here to the example, if we have, sorry, I marked that not correctly, but if we have here a 3-hour service, we can actually go here and we can say, I want to gap between the first and the second hour. So first to second, which means that out of a 3 hours service, Whenever you're going to look at the calendar front end, you're going to see the availability of this 1 hour, and you're not going to miss on customers. And this is a very, very powerful tool if you need it. There is no any other tool that I am aware of that offers exactly that gap booking. And we have some of our clients that this is actually a money saving feature that they're using. Again, not for everyone, but if you need it, it will save you a lot of time. I hope you understood that, and if not, I am going to create a specific video that explains how to use the gap hours feature. So this is in regards to services. Employees, we've touched it again in the wizard, but from here you simply control all of your employees, very straightforward, nothing much to understand here. And again, this comes down to the working hours. You can choose the employee and then you can set their working hours and their working days. You can set time offs, and a time off can be done in a recurring basis. So you can set up, on a daily basis to repeat, as long as you need, and you want to set, lunch break for every hour. So that can be done from the time off. Adding new employees, self-explanatory, and we are back at the bookings calendar. Now, I know it took us just shy of half an hour, so it's about 26 minutes now of this video. I hope I gave you a good overview of what the WP-OBS is about and what makes it so great. And I just wanted to remind you that the WP-OBS is a plugin. It's not a third-party service. So once you purchase a license and once you got the plugin, it's yours for life. Install it on your system and use it for as much as you need. We really take no monthly fees, and yeah, I mean, have fun. This is what it's there for. So I hope you have enjoyed this overview. I hope you found it explanatory. I'm always happy to create specific tutorials or overviews of any of the services or the features that we have here. Just navigate to our members area and submit a ticket, and I'll be more than happy to create one for you. And until the next tutorial, be cool. Thank you very much. Bye bye.